Good evening, guys. In the last session, we had discussion related to how to implement our first project, and we had discussion on our second project. So in the second project also, we have a page which is used to insert the record into table, and once the records are inserted to table, we need to retrieve the records and we need to display. When we are displaying the records, I want to apply some filter. Based on the filter, I want to display the data. I may filter by using department or by using gender or by using experience. Without selecting anything, if I click on search button, then we should be able to get all the records from the table. This is not a new requirement. We already implemented that in the JDBC. At that time, we have taken the data from the keyboard. Now we are taking the data from web page. First of all, what are the classes that we need to create? What are the tables that we need to create for this? So first one, I'm going to create a table with a name called EMP details. This is my table, EMP details, which contains employee ID, integer, auto increment. I want to increment that primary key value, employee ID, and the next one, we are having name, email, gender. Let me go here, employee underscore name, which is having varchar, employee gender, varchar, employee gender, name, email, gender. So email is also varchar type, EMP email, and EMP gender varchar is available. Okay. Employee department and employee experience, EMP underscore department, that is also a varchar, EMP experience, so that is a integer. So this is my employee table to store our form data. Name, email, gender, department, experience coming from the form, name, email, gender, department, experience. To store the data, I'm taking these columns. And for every record, we need to maintain a primary key. For that primary key, we are writing employee ID, integer with auto increment. So what is the meaning of auto increment? What is the meaning of auto increment, guys? Okay, I want to increment the primary key value. I want to increment the primary key value. We no need to insert the data for that primary key. It will be generated. Primary key of employee underscore ID. So this is my script to create the database table required for our application. Create a table, employee details, employee ID, integer data type, auto increment. Employee name, varchar data type, email, varchar, gender, varchar, department, varchar, experience, integer, primary key, employee ID. Let me create this table in the database first. Now, employee details table, employee varchar, some size we need to give for the varchar. Let me give it as some 100. Varchar of 100, varchar of 100, varchar of 100, varchar of 100. Okay, integer primary key value. Perfect. Now create a table details. Execute this query. Yes, perfect. We are able to create employee details table. Select star from EMP underscore details. EMP underscore details. Execute this query. ID, name, email, gender, department, experience. There is no data in the table, just one empty table got created. Now, with this table, we are able to identify what is our requirement. This is my table script to create that. Okay. After that, we need to create first create DB table. We have created that. Create DB table to store our data. Second one, create DB config properties file. we need to maintain database properties inside dot properties file. Create dbconfig properties file. And the third one, create connection factory class to get logical connection. To get logical connection, we have stopped writing driver manager.get connection. Why we are not writing driver manager.get connection? It will give you physical connection. It is not recommended to get the physical connections from the database. We have stopped that driver manager.get connection. We are going for connection factory class to get logical connection. Once we get this connection, we need to create a DAO class. Before creating a DAO class, I'm going to create employee DTO class to represent employee data. I need to create employee DTO class to represent employee data. Perfect. Then next one, I'm going to write here, create DAO class, which is employee DAO class to perform DB operations. If you want to communicate with the database, we need to write that logic in separate class that is called as my employee DAO. How many DAO classes are required now? How many DAO classes are required? One DAO class required. Why only one DAO? There is only one table. That's why I will take only one DAO. If you have three tables, then three DAO classes we are going to take. Create employee DAO class to perform DB operations. Then create servlets. Create servlet class to handle request and response. How many servlet classes are required? How many servlets are required? Two servlets are required. Can I do with one servlet also? We can do that with the one servlet also. One is employee insert servlet. Another one is employee retrieval servlet. Either you can create one servlet with do get and do post method, or you can create two servlets. One is for inserting the data. Another one is for retrieving the data. Generally, in the projects, per screen, one servlet will be available. But here we are having two screens. So we are going to create two servlet classes here. Create servlet classes to handle request and response. Then next one, create JSP pages to handle presentation logic. Create JSP pages to handle presentation logic. Now, employee DAO only one. Coming to servlet, here I'm going to create EMP insert servlet, EMP insert servlet.java, and I'm taking EMP retrieve servlet.java. Naming convention is very important. By looking at the class name, we should understand what that class is going to do. EMP insert servlet.java, EMP retrieve servlet.java. Create the JSP pages. Here I'm taking one page with a name called index.jsp. Another page is emps.jsp. Anything is fine, right? Show emps.jsp or view emps.jsp. You can write any name for that. Index.jsp, which represents welcome page, which will contain the form to save our employee. Emps.jsp, which will contain the logic to display employees in the table along with the search criteria. I am going to search the employees based on my requirement. Good. So these are the things that we need to follow, guys. This is my table structure. So this is table structure. Create a table to store our data. Create config properties in a file. Create connection factory. Create a DTO class. Create a DAO class. Create servlet classes. Employee insert servlet. Employee retrieve servlet. Create JSP pages to handle presentation logic. Here I missed one important point. Create project and add the dependencies. Yeah, create dynamic web project and add required libraries. What are the libraries we need, guys? One is servlet API.jar, JSTL API.jar, JSTL.jar, Hikari.jar, and MySQL connector jar, 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 and MySQL connector jar MySQL connector, MySQL connector dot Java. I mean, sorry, jar. Sorry, MySQL connector dot jar file, and the next one slf4j dot jar. So like this, we are going to create a DB table to store our data, create a dynamic web project, and add the required libraries in lib folder. I'm not adding to build path, guys. I'm adding the jar files to lib folder. What is the reason to add the jars in the lib folder? Libraries. Tomorrow, I want to run my project in another laptop. Build path, if you said, that is referring to the jars available in your system. Tomorrow, when I download the project, when I want to run it in my system, the jars will not be available in my build path. So that's why we are keeping the jars in the lib folder, so that that project we can run in any computer. If you add to the build path, the jars are pointing to your system location. But in my system, the jars may be in the different directory. So that is the reason I'm not adding the jars to build path. I'm adding the jar files to lib folder. These jar files are required. Configuration file, connection factory class, DTO class, DAO class, servlet classes, and JSP files we are going to create to handle our requirement. Now let's get started. Let me go to my IDE. I'm creating employee web app, dynamic web application, EMP web application. Now dynamic web module 3.0. Next, generate web.xml. Click on finish. Employee web application got created. Copy the jar files. Here I am having all the jars: Hikari CP, JSTL, MySQL, Servlet, SLF4j. Take the jars, add to the project lib folder, main, web app, webinf, and lib folder. After adding, just refresh. Good. Fine. Next one, guys. I need properties file. I'm going to copy from the previous project. I don't want to write it once again. Can I copy that connection factory also? Do we need to write again? No, we already developed that for several times. I'm reusing. I'm using this class, which is connection factory.java. Path of the file might change. So I'm going to change this location. I want to refer this from EMP web app. EMP web application db.properties. Perfect. With this, our project is ready. Table is created, project is created, jars are ready, config properties are ready, connection factory is also ready. What is the next step? Create DTO class to represent employee data. What is the employee data? Name available, email, gender, department, experience. For that, I'm going to create one DTO class. I will create that in a separate package, employee DTO. Employee DTO, keep that inside DTO package. Perfect. Let me write the variables: private, integer. You can use either primitive types or you can use wrapper classes also. Using the wrapper classes is recommended approach. Integer, employee ID, string, employee name, private, string, employee gender, private, string, employee department, and private, string, employee email, private int experience, private integer emp experience. Like this, I'm able to represent all the employee data in one class. This class is called as DTO. Let us write setters and getters for this class. Setter methods and getter methods are used to set the data and get the data. One class will set the data to the object, will give the object to another class. Another class will call the getter methods to get the data from the object. Basically, servlet will take the form data, will set it to DTO object. Servlet will give the DTO object to DAO method. DAO will get the data and will insert the record into table. So with this, my DTO class is ready. What all the fields available in my page? With those fields, I have created my DTO class. Every variable is representing one field in the form. name, email, gender, department, experience. ID not available, but I'm taking ID here, which will represent primary key of the table, which will be auto generated in the table with the help of auto increment. DTO is ready. Connection factory is ready. Next one, DAO class. This is very important to understand how to create our DAO class now. So I'm creating it in a package in.ashokit.dao. Let me create employee DAO. What is the purpose of DAO, guys? DAO is responsible to communicate with the database. Observe how many times we need to communicate with database in our application. How many times we need to communicate with the database in our application? One times or two times? Two times. One is at the time of submit button. Another one is at the time of retrieval. Okay. Insert operation and search operation. Two times I want to communicate with the database. So we need to write two methods in our DAO class. What are the two methods we need to write in the DAO? Observe. First one is, this method is used to this operation submit button. User can click on submit. When user click on submit, I want to insert the data. When user click on submit, I want to insert the data. Now, user will click submit button in the form, guys. Observe. User will click the submit button in the form. From the form, request will go to servlet. From the servlet, we need to call the DAO. From the DAO, it should go to database. We are developing our application in the layered architecture fashion. This is my DAO class. Assume that. Employee DAO. And this is servlet. Employee insert servlet. Okay. This is employee insert servlet. This is save form. Employee form. Employee form is available. Here I'm going to write do post method. Here I'm writing do post method. Here I want to write save method. Okay. So here, if you observe, form will be submitted. It will go to servlet. Servlet should call the DAO. DAO should call the database. Right. User entering the data in the form. How the form data will go to servlet? Servlet will capture by using request.get parameter. How servlet will send the form data to the DAO? That's where DTO object comes into picture. What is the purpose of the DTO? To send the data or to transfer the data from the servlet to DAO. Okay. We need to write one method in the DAO to take the DTO object and insert that object data into database table. All right. First, let us write one query: private static final string insert. Insert. Okay. So my query is insert into emp detail. Am I going to insert all the values or only non-primary keys? Only non-primary keys. If you observe in our table, employee ID having auto increment. I don't need to insert that. I need to insert only name, insert into details, employee name, comma, employee email, comma, employee gender, department, experience. Employee gender, employee department, comma, employee experience. Okay. Only these values I need to insert. How many values available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Name, email, gender, department, experience. 5 values are available. I will be taking 5 positional parameters. I'm taking 5 positional parameters. Perfect. Insert query. Observe carefully. Insert into employee details. Insert into employee details. Name, email, gender. Why I am not writing directly values? Why I am not writing direct values? Whenever you write insert into detail values, it will start from ID onward. It will think that first one is ID, but first one is ID or first one is a name. First one is a name. That's why I'm telling which columns data I am trying to insert, that I am specifying in the insert query. Okay, my insert query is ready. Similarly, I want to write a select query. Select query is a static query or it is a dynamic query? Static. See the requirement. My select query is a dynamic query. So I'm not going to write at the class level. First, I'm writing a method. Public boolean save employee. Employee DTO object I'm going to take as a parameter. Employee DTO object I'm taking as a parameter. Why I am taking object as a parameter? I need data of the employee to insert that. So data is entering in the form. Form data will come to servlet. Servlet will send the data to DAO in the form of object. That object I'm taking as a method parameter. Now let me write try catch blocks here to handle that exception. Try catch exception e dot print stack trace. Perfect. So now I want to get the connection factory is available. Connection factory dot get connection. It will give me connection object. Okay. Connection con is equal to connection factory dot get connection. Then con dot create statement or prepare statement. Prepare statement because dynamic values are available. I'm passing my insert query. Right. It will give me prepared statement object. Prepared statement pstmt is equal to con dot prepare statement import the package. Okay. Next one. I need to set the data for prepared statement before executing my query. pstmt dot set string of 1 comma empdto dot get emp name. empdto dot get emp name. Now pstmt dot set string of 2 empdto dot get emp email. Similarly, remaining values also I need to set a string of 3 empdto dot gender, empdto dot get emp gender. Next one is the department, that is also same pstmt dot set a string of 4 empdto dot get emp department. Next one is experience, it is a integer. pstmt dot set int of 5, that is empdto dot get experience, get emp experience. My query is having 5 positional parameters, so I'm setting the values for those 5 based on the indexes. After setting the value for positional parameter, I need to call execute update, which will return me int count, value. Okay, so here I can take it int count is equal to 0. Int count is equal to 0. I'm taking that variable here. Finally, here I can return count greater than 0. Count greater than 0. If count is greater than 0, it will return true value. Otherwise, it will return false value. Are you guys clear with this method? Yeah. Anybody not able to understand this method? I'm just writing one method which will take DTO object as a parameter, which will insert the record into database table. Then it will return true or false value. If it is true, my understanding is record inserted. If it is false, my understanding is record not inserted. Are you clear with this? Fine. Can I create one servlet to insert this functionality? Are you clear, guys? क्या है, क्या doubt है? I'm writing one method. That method is stating DTO object as a parameter. I'm getting the connection, creating a prepared statement, inserting the record into database table. For this, I'm going to create one servlet. New class package in dot ashokid dot servlet emp insert servlet. emp insert servlet class I'm writing here extends the properties from HTTP servlet. Extend the properties from HTTP servlet. Represent this. What is that? @web servlet. Annotation I'm giving as insert. Annotation I'm giving as a insert. That means it is used to insert the employee. Do get method or do post method? Do get or do post? Do post. Why do post? We are getting the form data. It should not come in the URL. It has to come in the body. For that, I need to override do post method. Do post method taking request and response object as parameter. All right. Now here I'm going to capture the data from the form. Do you know how to capture the data? Request dot get parameter of, let me take it as a name kind of thing. Request dot get parameter of name. Okay. What happened, man? Why my shortcuts are not working? Is it in the zoom mode? This is the problem. All right. Request dot get parameter. I got the variable name. Similar to this, I need to get email, gender, department, experience. Okay. Email. Request dot get parameter of email. I'm taking the email. Then next one is gender. Request dot get parameter of gender. Next one is department. Yep. Request dot get parameter of department. Experience. Everything will come in the form of string. We need to convert that into required data type. Now, experience is a number, but we are getting as a string. Remember, when we are transferring the data from front end to back end, everything will go as a string only. At the back end, we need to convert that data into required data type format. Now, I want to store this data into my DTO object. Why I should store into DTO object? To transfer that data to DAO. My DAO expecting object or my DAO expecting parameter separately? It is expecting object as a parameter. It is not expecting name, gender, department separately. It is expecting the data in the form of object. So now my servlet is responsible to represent this data in the object and pass that object as a parameter to DAO. So let me create emp DTO object. DTO is equal to new emp DTO dot set department, DTO dot set emp email, and DTO dot set emp name, and DTO dot set gender, DTO dot set emp experience. Experience is available as a string, but I want that as a integer. How to convert string to integer? Integer dot parseInt of experience. Okay, I am able to represent the data in the form of DTO object format. Got it? Now let us call our DAO method. emp DAO is equal to new emp DAO dot save emp. I am representing this. Here I'm getting is saved. What is the meaning of is saved? It is true or false. We are representing this. Here what I am doing? Capture form data. I'm capturing form data. Next point, representing form data in object format. Representing form data in object format. Here saving form data using DAO method. So total 3 things I have done now. First one is I'm capturing the data from the form by using request.get parameter. Everybody rotating head like this, but you are not able to do it. That is the problem. When I am writing the code, people are saying that yes, understanding, but why are you not able to do it? Am I teaching anything new? Already we have discussed it. How to capture form data, how to represent in the form of object, how to call the DAO method, same thing. I'm capturing the form data by using request.get parameter. I'm representing the form data in the form of DTO object. By using that DTO object, I'm calling my DAO method. DAO is giving me true or false. True means record inserted. False means record not inserted. Okay. If is saved, that means it is true. Record is inserted. Else, that means record is not inserted. If record is inserted, I want to send a success message. Okay, guys. Now I want to take a message variable. String message is equal to null value. Then message is equal to saved successfully. Else message is equal to failed to save. Now I got the message. Okay. I want to send this message directly to the browser, or I want to send the message to the JSP. Am I going to display the direct message, or I want to display message on the JSP page? I want to display this message on the JSP page. How to transfer the data from servlet to JSP? How to transfer now? I have a servlet. I am capturing the data. I'm inserting the data in the table. I want to display success message on the same page. If I want to display success message on the same page, I need to send the message from my servlet to JSP. Do you know how to send the data from servlet to JSP? How to send the data from servlet to JSP? Send data, send message to JSP page. Send message to JSP page. Request dot set attribute. Key is a message, value is my variable, which is holding the message. This line of code I am writing to send the data from servlet to JSP. Then redirect the request to the same JSP. From which JSP I am getting the request for the servlet. I want to redirect the request to the same JSP page. Redirect request to same JSP. Redirect request to same JSP page. How to redirect the request to same JSP? Request dot get request dispatcher. Request dot get request dispatcher. My welcome page is index.jsp/forward request comma respond. What is the purpose of request dispatcher? To redirect the request from one resource to another resource. Here I'm redirecting the request from my servlet to JSP page. Before redirecting the request to the JSP, I'm setting one message in the request attribute. Why I am setting this message in the request attribute? I want to print that message on the JSP page. That is the reason I'm setting the message to the request attribute, and I am redirecting the request by using request dispatcher. Are you clear? Perfect. Next one. I'm done with my servlet. What is the next step? I need to create one JSP inside web app, new index.jsp. File name I am giving as index.jsp. Do I need any JSTL in this page? Not required. In this page, JSTL is not required. Just I need a form. So let me create a form table. Inside the table, form action. Insert is my servlet name. Method is equal to post. Method is equal to post. I think a table should be available inside this. Table. Now I want to display every field in one row. Table row. Inside the table row, TD, that is label, will be available and field will be available. Okay. First one is employee name. Now, employee name is a text field. I will be giving input type is equal to text. Name is equal to name. Name is equal to name. Perfect. Name, email. Email is also a text field. Employee email, input type is equal to email. Name is equal to email. Gender is a radio button, guys. So let us see how to display the radio button. Employee gender. Input type. If you write input, that will become a text box. I don't want a text box for the gender. I want a radio button. So for that, I will give input type is equal to input type is equal to radio. Value is equal to male. For this, I am giving option as male. When you select male radio button, it will go as a male. Here I need to give name is equal to gender. Here also name is equal to gender. Same name I am giving. Any one will be selected, not two. Here it is a female. I am giving this as a female. Perfect. Employee gender. Input type is equal to radio. Name is equal to gender. Value is equal to male. Same name I am giving. Here value is equal to female. This is for gender. Next one is the department. Okay. Employee department. Department is a drop down. Department is a drop down. So now to display the drop down, we need to go for select tag. We need to go for select tag. Select name is equal to department. Now I need to write option here. I need to write option. Option. First one is select. First one is select. Value is equal to empty. Empty. Now I need to write the actual departments here. Let me give as development. Development department, and here I am giving as testing department. DB you front end. Development means UI or backend, anything. DB, and I'm operations. Okay, here I am taking it as database. Development, testing, database, and operations. So here I'm going to specify development, testing, DB, ops. Operations are available like this. This is a drop down to display our employee department in the drop down. Here I am going for employee experience. So here value 1, 2 years experience, 3 years, something like this, 4 like this. So you can write 10 years experience up to 10 values also. 3, 4, right, fine. So with this we are having our form ready. Next I need to write a button. Let me write a button. Input type is equal to button. I need to write input tag. Input type, if you write button it will not work, guys. You need to write a submit. Input type is equal to submit. Input type is equal to submit. Value is equal to save. Value is equal to save. That's it. EMP, yeah, this we can remove. Empty. Okay. Input type is equal to submit. Value is equal to save. Whenever I submit this button, it will call action insert. What is this insert? This insert is the URL pattern of my servlet. Okay. So here name, email, gender, DEPT, and EXP. Name, email, gender, DEPT, EXP. I'm able to capture this data. Let me go in the debug mode. Now I have index.jsp file ready. Okay. Here I am going to write one hyperlink. Ahref is equal to view employees. View employees I'm writing. Ahref is equal to view employees. View employees page I am giving here. I'm going to give directly as employees.jsp here because First, I will display only empty page with the criteria. Right. In the first requirement, I have given the servlet name. So earlier, whatever the project we developed, when I click on EMPs, directly my data should come. But today requirement, when I click on the hyperlink, one empty page should come. When I click on search, then only data should come. Depends on the requirement, our code is going to change. You may get a doubt. Sir, in the last session, when I give JSP, you scolded. Today you are writing the JSP there. Requirement got changed. Earlier requirement, when I click on the hyperlink, request should go to servlet. From the servlet, data should come. Today, when I click on the hyperlink, request should go to JSP. In the JSP, I will select my criteria. I will click on the search button. Based on that, we need to get the data. Right. So with this, our save functionality is ready. Let's test it. Is it working or not? I have seen many people are directly running the projects. Never run the project directly. First debug and understand that. Go to database, check the table, select star from EMP details. Any data available? No data available. Right click, debug as, debug on server. Next and finish. Next and finish. Yeah, form is ready. It is loaded as a welcome page. Did I really configure welcome file list in my web.xml? No, then why it is coming directly? Default name is, it is already there. Even if you don't configure, index.jsp or index.html will come by default. My form is open. Yeah, name, email, gender. If I select male, if I select female, only one will be selected because of that radio button. Drop down, my options are available. Experience, my options are available. Let me enter the details. raju@gmail.com. Click on mail here, operations team, experience 3 years. Click on save button. Directly it will not save because there is a breakpoint. The best way of learning the coding, debug and understand how it is working. Okay, some people told me, sir, my data is not inserting, but I'm not getting any exception. That means your data is not captured properly. So once one line is executed, keep your cursor, name is coming. Like that, you need to check it. Line by line, you need to understand your code. You only written that code. You need to understand how that code is working. First line, request.get parameter name. I'm able to capture my form data. Request.get parameter email. It is also coming. Gender. Yes, I'm able to receive that value. Department, operations, yes, I'm getting. Experience 3. So that means these lines of code working as expected. No need to test them once again. I'm able to capture my form data properly. Here, there is no business logic, just we are setting the data to the DTO object. We are getting the data from the form. We are setting the data to DTO object. Here, we are creating object for DAO. We are calling the DAO method. Go inside that method and see. Initially count is 0. DTO object I passed. My DTO object having the data. All right. F6 connection factory. Getting the connection. It will take time. First time I'm trying to get the connection. First time connection pool will be created. So it is taking time to get the connection. Yes, I got the connection. Hikari connection pool is created. I'm getting the connection from Hikari connection pool. Prepared statement, execute, setting the value for first positional parameter, setting the value for second parameter, setting the value for third parameter, setting the value for fourth parameter, setting the value for fifth parameter. Finally, I'm executing my query. Count is 1. That means record is inserted. Okay, F6. Count greater than 0, boolean is saved, true. If it is saved, message is saved successfully. Request.set attribute. I'm setting the data in the request attribute. What is the difference between request.get parameter and request.get attribute? Request.get parameter is used to capture URI variables, request parameters coming in the URL. Right. What is the purpose of request.set attribute? To send the data from servlet to JSP or JSP to servlet. Request.set attribute. Then I am writing request dispatcher. What is the purpose of request dispatcher? Redirecting the request. To which page I am redirecting my request? Index.jsp. Click on F8. Okay. Request is redirected to same page. Go to database. Select star from EMP details. Record is inserted. In single shot, code is completed. Not getting single error also. One message is not printing there. We need to print that message. I don't understand why people are not able to develop this. Is there any complex business logic, guys? Within 15-20 minutes, we are able to complete the logic. Capturing the form data, inserting the data into database. Coding is not difficult. You are not able to analyze what classes we need to write, what methods we need to write, from where we need to take the data, how to perform the operation, how to send the data. That analysis is not there in your brain. Because of that, you are not able to write the code. 4 months completed, guys, in the Java. We started our journey with Java 4 months back. Literally, if you guys are intelligent, within 4 months, we need to complete frameworks also. If you are really intelligent, we need to complete Java within 4 months of time. Core Java, advanced Java, Spring Boot, microservices, everything. But you guys are struggling with the advanced Java only. That means your base is not good. Your thought process is not good. Your analytical skills are weak. Your IQ is not good. That is the problem. Fundamentals are not good for you. That is the reason you are not able to understand how to develop one simple application. College students are able to develop big projects. They are able to develop mobile applications. They are able to host their application on the iOS platform, Google Play Store and all that stuff. They are developing their own projects. 3 months back, from Andhra Pradesh, Narsrawpet, one college group of people came to our institute. They told that, sir, we will develop your website by using Node.js backend, React.js frontend, mobile application will develop with React Native, pay us 2 lakh rupees. Within 45 days of time, we will develop your application. We will deploy your application on the AWS cloud platform. You no need to do anything. Just to give the 2 lakh rupees. We are 4 members. We are classmates. We are good in the full stack development. We will develop your complete web application for institute. We will give your mobile application also by using React Native. They are doing BTech 3rd year. And see the difference. Who told them to learn the development? Do you think that they learned in the college? No. Then I asked them, how you got all these things? They told that we are taking the trainings from the first year onwards. We have attended the trainings from the first year onwards. We have learned these things by taking courses in the Udemy. We have gone through YouTube videos. We have done that learning. We have practiced it. Then we formed as a group. We are developing the projects. Already we have developed projects for 10 clients. You can talk to my clients. If you don't believe us, you may think that we are undergraduates. I will give you my client contact numbers. You can talk to them, how quality product we are delivering. If you believe from my clients, if you get the positive feedback from my clients, then only give the project to us. That is the confidence they have. BTech 3rd year students. You are not able to understand how to insert a record in the table. Forget about application development. Forget about mobile app development. How to insert employee data in the table. How to retrieve the data from the table. People are asking, sir, please repeat, please explain once again. You know JDBC, how to insert the record. You know servlet, how to capture the data. You are not able to integrate them. You know how to create a table. You know how to capture form data. You know how to insert a record in the table. You are not able to integrate these three to develop one application. That means you know coding, but you don't know where to use which concept. You don't know how to use multiple concepts in the single application. Not only you, in Amirpet, the people who are coming to Amirpet, everybody is like this only. That is the reason Java courses are taking for 1 year of time. Reason is people are not good in the basic fundamentals. Why Java course is taking 1 year? This is the reason. After completion of JDBC servlets also, you are not able to develop one simple form based application to insert the data, to retrieve the data. Everything you want to spoon feeding. Each and everything we need to explain you like a LKG kid. A, B, C. Please grow up, guys. You need to change your mindset. Yep. I'm able to insert the record in the database, but my success message is not displaying. What is the problem? From the servlet, I'm sending the message to the JSP, but in the JSP, I am not printing that message. Okay, do you know how to print that message? Yeah, by writing a scriptlet. What is the purpose of scriptlet? To write the Java code in the JSP. Now, string message is equal to request dot get attribute of message. It will give you object. We need to typecast that into string. Now print that message. Okay. String message is equal to string of request dot get attribute of message. Out dot print of that message. Whatever the message is servlet sent, that message I am accessing in the JSP by using get attribute, and I am trying to print that message. Disable the breakpoint. One record is inserted. Go to database. Go to application. Insert some John record. Mail. Database. Experience 4 years. Click on save. Saved successfully. Message is coming. Go to database. Select star from EMP details. Search. John record is inserted and Raju record is also inserted. Records are inserted into table. Now what is the next step? What is the next step? Retrieving the records. So as discussed, when I click on view employees page, it should go to a JSP. It should not display anything. A empty JSP I want to display. Now in this JSP, if I click on search button, I want to get all the data. If I click on search button, I want to get all the data without selecting the criteria. If I select department and click on search, that department data should come. If I click on gender selection, if I click search, that gender data should come. If I click select experience and search, that experience based on data should come. Okay. Now for that, first we need to come from front end or back end side. Which one we need to write code first? Always recommended to write from back end to front end. Okay. Now here guys, I am going for my DAO. I want to retrieve the data. For that I need one method. To retrieve the data I need one method. Now when I am retrieving the data, am I getting any input or I will not get any input while retrieving the data? To retrieve the data, will I get some input or I will not get any input? We will get some input. Department, gender, experience. I may get 3 values. I may get any 2 values. I may get any single value. I may not get anything also. Are you guys clear? So that means here in the search operation, we are having filter condition. For our search, there is a filter condition. Got it? Now, for that, I am going to write one method in my DAO. DAO method will have a parameter now, will have a return type. Yesterday's project, parameter is not there. Only return type is available. Why there is no parameter in the yesterday project? We are not taking any criteria. Directly we are displaying all the records. But today we are taking some data. Based on that, we are going to retrieve the records. Right. Now, records I am retrieving in the database with the given criteria. One record will be available or more than one record will be available. more than one record. So can I represent that as a EMP-DTO? Yes, get employees. I'm taking EMP-DTO. This is my search criteria object. Are you guys getting my point? Here I'm taking EMP-DTO object as a parameter. This DTO object represents which fields we have selected for searching the employees. Most of the people will get confused here only. Observe carefully. I'm going to click on the search button. When I'm clicking on the search button, I may select one field. I may select two fields. I may select three fields. I may not select anything, and I can click on the search button. How my DAO will understand which fields you have selected? Object. That's the reason I'm taking my method object as a parameter. So this object will represent my search criteria. This EMP-DTO object will contain my search criteria. Which fields user selected for searching the data, that will be available here. Next one is list of DTO. Why I am taking a list here? More than one record can come from the table. Based on the given criteria, more than one record can come. That's why here I'm taking list of employee DTO. Perfect. Now let me execute this. Try, catch, exception E dot print stack trace. Perfect. I want to retrieve the records. First I'm taking string SQL, or I'm taking string buffer or string builder. String builder SQL is equal to new string builder of select star from EMP details where 1 is equal to 1. Do you remember? We discussed where 1 is equal to 1. Why we need where 1 is equal to 1? Always true. I don't know which field will come. I don't know which column I need to add in the where class. I don't know which column I need to add in the and class. That's why I'm taking where 1 is equal to 1, always true. Okay. Next one. Here with this SQL, I want to prepare my prepared statement. Before preparing the prepared statement, I need to construct my query. Okay. Now here, if EMP-DTO dot get EMP department. Okay. Now if EMP-DTO dot get EMP department not equal to null, it is not equal to null. What is the meaning of it is not equal to null? They have selected department in the front end. When they select a department in the front end, DTO object will get that data. If DTO dot get department not equal to null, then what I will do? SQL dot append where 1 is equal to 1 already available. Then I am going to specify and EMP department is equal to question mark positional parameter. Are you clear? Select star from details where 1 is equal to 1. This is my base SQL. When user clicked on the search button without selecting anything, then that query will be executed. Suppose user selected the department as a development. He clicked on the search button. I want to retrieve the employees who are belongs to development department. Okay. In that scenario, I'm going to write if department value not equal to null. That means they have selected the department in the UI. If the department value not equal to null, I will add the department to AND operator. Similar to that, I have a gender also. If EMP-DTO dot get EMP gender not equals to null, EMP gender not equals to null, then what I'm going to do? SQL dot append and EMP underscore gender is equal to positional parameter, one dynamic value. Similarly, experience is available. If emp dto dot get emp experience not equal to null. It is integer na. What is the default value of integer? Null value. Okay. If experience not equal to null, then what I will do? SQL dot append and emp experience is equal to positional parameter. Are you guys able to follow me? So here first I am taking my base SQL. If a department value come from the UI, department I am adding to AND condition. If a gender coming from the UI, gender I am adding to AND condition. If a experience is coming from the UI, experience I am adding to AND condition. All right. So with this, my SQL query is ready. With this SQL query, I need to prepare prepared statement. For that, I need to get the connection factory dot get connection. I'm getting my connection object. Con dot prepare statement of my SQL query. My SQL dot to string, because it is a builder, I need to convert into string object. Right. I'm getting my prepared statement object. So can I blindly set pstmt dot set integer? No. Why? If value comes, then only I need to set the value for my positional parameter. If value don't come, I no need to set that. So how can I do that again? Yes, I need to do index is equal to 1. So index is equal to 1 depends upon the value that I have. Value based on that I have. Here I am going to take int index is equal to 1. Again I need to write these conditions here. pstmt dot set string of index. I can't hard code this. Index. So emp dto dot get emp department. If a department is not equal to null, this will be added to SQL query. In the first position, I'm setting the department value. Okay. Similarly, here I'm going to, once this value is set, I'm doing index plus plus. Okay. Then let's go here. Set a string of index department dot get emp gender index plus plus. So here pstmt dot set integer index of emp dot emp get emp experience. Okay, this is a set int. Do I need to increment the index now? Not required. Observe. So here we are getting the DTO object. This DTO will represent search criteria, whatever the fields user selected in the form. Now here I'm setting that value department to the AND condition. If a gender comes, I'm setting to AND condition. If a experience comes, I'm setting to AND condition. I'm creating my connection. I'm creating prepare statement with my query. My query may have department, may have gender, may have experience, depends on the data coming from the UI. Now here I'm taking index is equal to 1. I'm setting the department value with the index 1. Then index will become 2. Suppose if department is not available, index remains 1 only. Then it will go and set the gender. Gender index will be 1. If a gender is not available, only experience available. Experience will be available at the first position. With this, my pstmt is ready. Then what? pstmt dot execute query. What is the return type? Result set object. What my method should return? List of employee DTO objects. Let me create a list here. List of employee DTO EMPs is equal to new array list. I'm creating new array list object. Employee DTO new array list of employee DTO. I got the result set. From the result set, I need to take the data. I need to add it to my array list. Can you tell me how to do that? Already we have done in the last project. While rs dot next. What is the meaning of rs dot next? After 1 week, we no need to do this. Hibernate will directly convert your data into your DTO class objects. Hibernate is mainly used to deal with the objects of data. In the JDBC, we are dealing with the result set. This logic will not be available once you go for Hibernate concepts. Right. While rs.next, for every record, I need to create my DTO. Employee DTO is equal to new employee DTO. Now DTO dot set employee ID rs dot get int of column value. If you are not sure about the index, we can go for column value. Then I'm going for DTO dot set employee name rs dot get string of employee underscore name. Okay. Then next one, DTO dot set employee department rs dot get string of emp underscore department. Okay. DTO dot set emp experience rs dot get integer rs dot get int rs dot get int of emp experience rs dot get int of emp experience. Email is not required. I'm not displaying that. Okay. Gender is required for me. Gender rs dot get department get string of department. Okay. Set department extra arrow. Okay. Next one is a gender. DTO dot set emp gender rs dot get string of emp underscore gender. Yeah, we need that just to display. Okay, fine guys. Now I'm able to create one DTO object in the loop. This DTO I will add it to my collection. What is my collection? EMPs. So here I'm going to write EMPs dot. How to add the object to the collection? Add of DTO. Finally, I'm going to return the object. Okay, this is my method ending point. Return employees. Perfect. Writing the DAO method is a little challenging here, but second time we are doing this requirement, not first time. Earlier we have taken data from the keyboard. Now we are taking the data from the form. That is the only difference. Now get EMPs. I'm retrieving the record by using result set. Whenever a next record available in the result set, I am creating a DTO object. I'm setting the data. That DTO object I'm adding to my collection. Finally, my method is returning a collection. Okay. Now let's go for servlet. Employee retrieve servlet. Class emp select servlet. EMP select servlet. Here also, can I write do post method? First of all, let me write @web servlet. @web servlet. I'm writing it as select. Extends from HTTP servlet. Do get method or do post method? Do post. Why? Yes, we have here form fields available. Better to go for do post method. So guys, learning the concept is different. Implementing the project is different, right? When we learned JDBC, we understood how to insert a record, how to retrieve a record. When we develop a servlet, we understood how to access servlet. But when we are developing a requirement, people are getting confused. So you need to improve your logical thinking, analysis. What is the requirement? How many classes we need to write? How many methods we need to write? When to set the data? When to get the data? Which query we need to execute? Is our query is a static query or is our query is a dynamic query? We need to analyze that part. Okay. Now protected void do post method. I want to capture my form data again. Search form data. Department will come, gender will come, experience will come. Just let me go to previous servlet. We can copy this code. Yes or no? Can I copy this? Yeah. Which value will come? Name will not come. Remove. Email will not come. Remove. Okay. Email no need to set. Name no need to set. Department, gender, experience. That's it. So this is my search form where user will may select gender, may select department, may select experience. Which one he will select, we don't know. That's why we are trying to capture all the values. Then I am setting these 3 values to my DTO object. Then finally what I need to do? Call DAO method. Employee DAO is equal to new employee DAO. Employee DAO is equal to new employee DAO. Call the DAO method. DAO dot get employees by passing DTO. What it is returning me? Employees it is returning me. I got the employees data. I want to send the employees from servlet to JSP. Come on. Guys, see here, I got the list of employees. Do I need to display any message here? Not required. Directly I need to send the data. I have the data in the form of a collection. How to send this collection data? How to send the data from servlet to JSP? Yes, request dot set attribute key. I can give this as EMPs. My value is also EMPs. Okay. I got the list of employees. That list of employees I'm sending from servlet to JSP by using request dot set attribute. Now I want to redirect the request to the same page. How to do that? Request dot get request dispatcher of JSP view emps dot JSP. Index is first page, right? Okay. Name I have here only emps, right? Emps dot JSP, then forward request comma response. What this servlet is doing, guys? Can you tell me? It is capturing the search form data. It is setting the data to DTO object. From the DTO object, it is going to DAO object. DAO method it is calling. DAO will return the data in the form of a collection. That collection data I am sending to JSP by using request dot set attribute. Then I am getting request dispatcher. Request dispatcher redirecting the request to emps dot JSP by using forward. Perfect. Let me create a JSP. Now I am not in the web INS. It should be in the web app. I am pasting the JSP, which is emps.jsp. In this emps.jsp, I don't need this message now. Okay. Here form action is equal to select, method is equal to post. Am I getting the name? Email? No. Gender. Gender will be there. Department will be there. Experience also will be available. Value is equal to search. Value is equal to search. Now here I will write one tag called HR tag. Okay. Now gender, I want this gender also as a drop down. Now I want gender also as a drop down. Select name is equal to gender. First option I will give as male. Second option I'm giving as female. Okay. Perfect. Gender, department, and experience. Value is equal to search. In the index.jsp, gender value Male, female, capital letters I have given. Same value we need to pass for search. Perfect. Now let's run. Currently I am not displaying the data, guys. First let me see my search criteria is working as expected or not. Employee, select servlet. I am keeping a breakpoint here for debugging purpose. How search criteria is working? Right click, debug as, debug on server. Next, finish. Okay, fine. My page is loaded. Let me click on view employees. So here it is giving me emp.jsp. Yeah, there is a mistake in our index.jsp. It should be emps.jsp. Go back, refresh, view employees. So now gender I got, department I got, experience also I got. When I click on search button, it should call my servlet. Are you clear, guys? Go back, refresh here, employee, web app, view employees. When I click on search button, request is going to my servlet. Now request dot get parameter, gender, am I getting any value? No, because I have not selected anything. It is empty. Department, am I getting any value? No. Experience, am I getting any value? No. I'm creating DTO object. Department, I'm setting empty value. Experience, I'm setting empty value. It failed. Exception occurred. The reason for the exception is parseInt method we are calling on this number format exception. Okay, the reason for the number format exception in this scenario, are we getting any value for the experience? No value. When we are not getting any value for the experience, it will be empty. It will be empty. Integer dot parseInt of empty. Then what will happen? Number format exception. When I need to call the parseInt method, if there is some value in the experience. So how can we do that? If experience dot not equals to empty, if experience not equals to empty, then only I need to set the value for the experience. Okay, if experience not equal to empty, then only I need to set the experience. Perfect. Now clear the console, go here again, emps.jsp, click on search button. Okay, now I'm not selecting anything, just I'm searching with the button. Gender, am I getting any value? No, it is coming as a null value, and it is coming as an empty value. Empty value. Department empty, experience empty. I'm setting department empty, gender empty, exp empty. So this 31 line will execute, or 31 line will not execute. Will not execute. Directly I'm going to DAO. DAO method I am calling. Go inside the DAO. I'm creating a query. emp DAO dot get emp department not equal to null. Which condition I'm checking? I'm checking not equal to null. There is a problem. What is the problem? Value is not coming as null. Value coming as empty string. So what we need to do now? Do here. We can do one more check here. Okay. And emp.getEmp department is not equals to empty. If it is not equals to empty, it should not be null and it should not be empty. Then only I'm going to set this value. So this null value we are not getting. We are getting only empty value. Or operator, it should not be null, or it should not, no, you can keep like this also, right? It should not be null, it should not be empty. Then only I want to set it. Criteria, it should be null and it should be empty. That operator will check if both are true. No, man. No. If when I need to set this value, that is what now. If you keep R, then I don't want to set this. If both are true, then only I want to set this value. Got it? Here, the department should not be null. Department should not be empty. Then only I want to set the department to my query. Similarly, for gender also, I will add the same condition. Okay? It should not be null. It should not be empty. Then only I will add it to the query. Gender dot equals to empty. It should not be empty. Same thing for experience also. Experience, it should not be null, or it should not be, experience is an integer value, it will not be empty. What is the default value we are getting for experience? Let me check that. Guys, do you understand what is the condition I'm adding now? What is the condition I'm adding now? So when user is not selected anything, that user value coming as empty. If it is not empty, then only I want to add that. Okay, let me debug again. Huh? Right. Whatever condition we are adding, same condition here also. If gender is not null, not empty, then only add the gender to that, then only set the value to the gender. Okay, perfect. Now let's try. Select a servlet, run the application, right click, run as, run on server, next, finish. View employees, search. I'm not selecting anything. Okay, it is in the run mode, guys. Let me go in the debug mode. Right click, debug as, debug on server, finish. View employees, click on search. Yeah. Observe carefully. Get parameter of gender coming as empty. Gender coming as empty. Department coming as empty. Experience coming as empty, because I clicked on the search button without selecting anything. Now set this data to DTO. I'm setting this data to DTO. All right. DAO is equal to new DAO. Get EMPs method. Go inside this. Department value not coming. Condition not satisfied. Gender is not coming. Condition not satisfied. Experience is not coming. Condition not satisfied. So then which query will execute now? Base query will execute. I have not selected any drop down, so I need to retrieve all the records from the table. F6 query will execute to get all the records from the table. This logic we know, right? Getting the connection and executing all the records, that functionality we understand. Okay, now the next step is, whatever the data my servlet is sending to the JSP, I want to print this data on the JSP. Do you know how to print the data on the JSP? Yeah, JSTL. Let's add the tag lib here. Control double space, tag lib, JSTL code, prefix is C colon for each. Okay. Now here I'm going to create a table. Inside the table, I have T head to print the data in the table format. T head and T body. T head and T body is available to print table data. Right here, TH or TR, whatever. TH, serial number, name, okay, TH, department, gender, experience. Right. T body. In the T body, I want to print the data C colon for each. For the for each, it is used to iterate the loop. The data is key. What is my key? EMPs. List of employee objects I got. The list of employee objects I'm sending from servlet to JSP in the form of key value. Key is EMPs. Key is EMPs. Now I will give for each items. Items is equal to dollar of EMPs, where each employee object I'm getting from the loop, I want to store into EMP variable. All right. Yeah. Fine. I'm going to use where status is equal to some index to print the number serial 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to print that. That's why I'm taking where status is equal to index. Each record I want to print by using tr. Inside this I will give td table data. Serial number I want to print. I have index. Right. Index dot count. Next one. Remaining value employee name, department, gender, experience. Okay. That is emp dot emp name, emp department, emp gender, perfect. So this is a table which will display the set records on the page. Now I want to give one hyperlink to go back to the new employee. A href is equal to index.jsp add new emp. That's it. If you observe, my servlet is retrieving the data, sending the data to the JSP by using set attribute, redirecting the request to the JSP. In the JSP, I have a form to fetch the data and I have a table to print the data. Okay, let's run this. Right click, run on server, select finish. Clear. Go here, view employees. I'm not getting anything. Okay, maybe there is a mistake. TH I have. Right. Add the new employee. I'm adding the employee. Okay. Department development experience 4 years. Save. Saved successfully. Some Kathy @gmail.com. Female development experience 4 years. Save. View employees. Currently, I'm not getting any data in this screen. Just my search form is available. Click on search. Am I able to get all the records? So total, how many records available in the database? Select star from details. 4 records are available. How many people are belongs to development now? 2 records are belongs to development. When I select department as development, when I click on search, only 2 records are coming. All right. Experience, when I select as 4, click on search, 3 records are coming. So there are 3 people who are having 4 years experience. Gender, male, search, there are 3 records available with the male. If I select gender as a female, click on search, only 1 record available with the female. Are we able to implement dynamic search now? Yeah. Department as a development, click on search. 2 records are available with the department as development. Table. Okay. Let me give border is equal to 1. Add the new employee. I'm entering Rani, email Rani @gmail.com, female, department is testing, experience 2 years, saved successfully, view employees. I don't have any data, click on search. Am I able to retrieve all the 5 records? Am I able to retrieve all the 5 records? Yes, we are able to retrieve all the 5 records. Select gender as female. How many female records available? 2 records. Kathy and Rani data should come when I select gender as a female. Select gender as female, click on search. Okay. Server stopped. No, it's running. No, guys. SQL Ikari pool connection is not available. Requested. That is connection issue, guys. Okay, let me run it again. Run on server. Click on finish and see here. View employees. Click on search. When I click on search, how many records are coming now? All 5 records are coming. Our requirement satisfied. When I click on search button, I need to get all the 5 records. Now I am selecting gender as a female. So there are only 2 records available with gender as female. Selecting gender as female, click on search. Am I able to get only female records? Yes, only female records are coming. I'm selecting the department as a testing. Click on search. Only Rani belongs to testing department. Department as a development, click on search. There are 2 people belongs to development department. They are coming. Experience 2, click on search. Only Rani is having 2 years experience. Experience 4, there are 3 users, 3 employees are having 4 years experience. Gender male, there are 3 records belongs to gender male, 2 records belongs to gender female. I want to select male records, development department, 4 years experience. Can I give all the 3? Click on search. Only 1 person is available. So like this, we can search with any 2 conditions. We can search with any 1 condition. We can search with all the 3 conditions. Now I want only development department female employees I want. Can I get that? Female employees belongs to development. Click on search. Kathy belongs to development with the female gender. Okay. Sorry? If selected record is not available, we can display no records found. We can display no records found. Okay, guys. Are we able to search the data now? What do you observe? If you see when I am coding, will you become a programmer? Can we remember this code, whatever we have done? Can we butify? Projects means you can't learn from someone. Project means only concept you can learn from someone. Project you can't learn from someone. Project means you have to do it. From that you have to learn. Today I have done so many lines of code. I can't remember anything. I will be checking my diagram. What is my requirement? Based on this, I am able to understand what code I need to write. According to that, I have implemented my code. In search functionality as well as search functionality. In the search functionality, I'm capturing the form data. I'm giving to my DAO. My DAO is writing, it is having some conditions when to execute which query. So I'm executing a static query or I'm executing a dynamic query. Static query or dynamic query? I'm executing a dynamic query. Clear, guys? Yep. Can you guys develop this requirement now? Few people already completed. Remaining people. Yeah. Anybody having any questions? Anybody having any questions on this? How you can check that. Use blank also, you can check it. How are you? Request will expire now. That will, whenever you refresh the page, that will become a next request. Your data you set in the previous request will not come. Will not come. Yeah, guys. Any questions? Anyone? We will discuss that. Anybody having any questions on this coding part? Can you guys do this? Completed? No. Now you understand. Completed. Completed. Anybody still who is not confident to complete this requirement? Online people, are you clear? Online people, can you complete this requirement? Based on the given data, we are able to retrieve the records. Okay, guys. Good. Should I give the should I give another requirement? Or you want to complete this? Yeah, already completed. Already completed. Okay. Setters getters are required. You no need to do this prepare statement and connections and all that stuff. Yes, it will deal. You will understand. Once you develop first application, you will understand that. Okay, guys. So from today onwards, stop JDBC practice, develop this project, stop the JDBC practice and focus on the servlet with the Hibernate integration. Whatever the JDBC logic I'm writing in the DAO, you stop it from today. Once you complete this project, you stop it. Next, you need to focus on servlet with the Hibernate integration. Are you guys getting my point? Within 2-3 days, you will complete that. Na? One project will complete. First example. Till or else you can do one thing. Till Hibernate first example completed, you can work with the JDBC. Once the Hibernate first example completed, you remove the JDBC from the DAO, add the Hibernate functionality for inserting the record, retrieving the records, updating, deleting, all operations can be done by using Hibernate. Okay, guys. Fine. Next one. Guys, I will not be available for 1 week. Yeah. Yeah. From Wednesday, I will not be available till Monday or Tuesday. Actually, my mother is having some surgery. I'm going to hospital. So I don't know how many days it will take. I will be back in another 5-6 days maximum. I need to go to hospital, make sure that surgery happened. Then I need to drop her at my hometown and I will come back to Hyderabad. So Wednesday morning, I'm leaving from Hyderabad. I will be back within 1 week of time. The moment once I come back to Hyderabad, then our Spring Boot microservices start. Most probably I will come by 1st of March. If I come by 1st of March, from 2nd or 3rd, we can start with Spring Boot. Otherwise, from 8th, we are going to start with the Spring Boot. Okay. So then what we need to do in the evening? Core Java class is there? Seriously? Okay. If not, soft skill trainer is ready. Actually, I call him today only from 7 p.m. 7 p.m. onwards. Interview preparation, that means how to explain self-introduction in the interview, how to participate in the group discussion, how to write emails to the manager, how to write emails to the team lead, how to talk to the HR interview, how to explain your strength and weakness in the interview. That soft skill training will be there for 2 weeks of time. So as I am going out of station, I want that person to take the class in the evening. Is that okay? Huh? For Java class timing? 3 to 5. No problem. 7 to 8:30, that soft skill class will be available. Online and offline both will be there. Soft skill training, who are in Hyderabad, come to offline. Group discussion will be available. Who are not in Hyderabad, they will do it in the online. Okay. Can we start that soft skill training from Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow I will come to the class, I will take it. From Wednesday onwards, I will not be available. Wednesday from evening 7:30, soft skill 7 o'clock, soft skill class is going to happen. Interview preparation, self-introduction, group discussion, communication, basically how to speak in the interview, he will guide you on that part. Are you guys okay for that? Yeah. So by that time I come back, complete your practice related to all the assignments that we have discussed. Once I come back, then boot microservice batch is going to start. Mostly I will try to come by March 1st. Okay. If I come by March 1st, then March 1st boot microservice will start. If I am not able to reach by March 1st, then from March 8th, we are going to start that batch. Is that clear? 1 week. If I come back, then we will do some practice on the Maven and all that stuff. Some tools we are going to learn. Not today, sir. Session management concept is available. I will explain. Once I come back, I will explain session management. Still one concept is pending, cookies, hidden variables, and session management. That topic is pending. I will explain that once I come back. Okay. Yes, everything. Filters, interceptors, filters, session, cookies concepts are there. Once I come back, I will explain those concepts. All right. Fine. Today is not advanced Java class. Still 2 to 3 classes will be available for advanced Java to complete the pending topics. Filters in the servlet and session management, basically we need to understand. Once I come back, I'm going to take those classes. Tomorrow, I will think. I will give one requirement. You guys can try implementing that requirement, like login, registration, forget password. I will give the next requirement. I will give it to 4 or 5 pages, so that you can try that for next 1 week. I will prepare one requirement today. In the tomorrow's class, guys, listen. I will prepare one big requirement, kind of a project that we need to do by using advanced Java. Tomorrow, I will explain that requirement. You will have 1 week of time to implement that requirement. Try to complete that requirement before I am coming back to the next class. Once I come back, I will explain filters. I will explain session management in the servlets, cookies, everything. Hidden variable, cookies, everything comes under session management only. All right. Any other questions, anyone? So soft skills from Wednesday, it is okay, right? 7 p.m. 6 o'clock is okay? 6 o'clock is okay? Okay, then fine. 6 to 7:30. Okay. 5, they have class Core Java. Core Java class, I will ask Shekhar sir to take 1.5 hours so that we will have half an hour break. Evening Core Java class. Then 6 o'clock, soft skill class is going to start. Yep. Any other question, guys? Rest, rest मिलेगा क्या आपको? Best, हाँ. Correct. Soft skill, it will be available both online and offline. Yes. For online also, it will be available, guys. It will be available both online and offline. We will share the Zoom link for that. Okay. From Wednesday, it will start from 6 p.m. Any other questions? We will discuss. Any other questions, guys? Tomorrow we have class. Tomorrow I will come to the class. I will explain a big requirement. I did not check that, man. I will check that once. All of you taken the test. Still some people did not take it. I will take the report. Who completed the test, who did not complete the test. Okay? Fine, guys. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.